Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope Logan knew Steffy Forrester wouldn't be on board with Carter Walton's vision for Forrester Creations, but she claimed Ridge Forrester would hear. Carter wondered if Hope was suggesting he should go over Steffy's head, but Hope just wanted him to turn to Ridge as a friend and tell him all his game-changing plans. Still, Carter admitted he'd pitched expansion ideas ahead and got shut down. Hope allowed. Perhaps Carter was being too nice about how he presented effects, and added that his voice signified as COO. Hope prompted Carter to call a meeting to speak with Steffy and Ridge, which would give them a chance to see a leader with a strong vision for the future of the company. As Hope touched Carter's face tenderly, he smiled over her support and belief in him. Away, Will Spencer told Zend Forrester Dominguez about his hassle with Electra Forrester, though he didn't get her last name. Zend didn't know anyone named Electra and had to take off after Steffy summoned him. That left Will alone to dream about his first Electra preface, so he looked smitten. In the CEO office, Steffy told Ridge the buyers were dropping like canvases since they didn't have faith in Hope's line presently. As Steffy offered updates on Ivy Forrester's visit with Electra, she said Carter wanted to revamp the jewelry line to help promote Hope for the future. Steffy claimed she said no, and rattled off a bunch of reasons why it wasn't the right time to revive the jewelry line like Carter wanted. Now that Carter was fighting so hard for Hope for the future, Steffy admitted she was concerned about him. At the Forrester manse, Eric Forrester was pleased to reunite with Ivy and Electra. Ivy admitted they were in city to reboot the jewelry line, but she didn't suppose it was going to be a possibility because of Steffy. Once Eric heard the news about Steffy standing in the way, he offered to talk to her since he still had some leverage at the company. Eric liked the idea of the revived jewelry line and refocused out that his name was still on the structure. Ivy didn't want Steffy to suppose they were going over her head, but Eric didn't see it that way and valued Carter's opinion. As for where Ivy and Electra should stay while they were in LA, Eric pushed them to stay at the Forrester manse since it was their home, too. Back at Forrester Creations, Zend joined Steffy and Ridge in the CEO office. Although Zend was working around the timepiece to steer Hope for the future in the right direction, Steffy claimed the line wasn't where it demanded to be. After Hope and Carter arrived, Steffy talked about some of the buyers bailing. Now Steffy allowed. They'd moreover have to cut backing or cut Hope's line fully. Hope started to protest, but Carter piped up and began his pitch about a bigger, better vision for Forrester Creations. Carter pushed Ridge and Steffy to hear him out since this was commodity he'd been planning for months. After Carter participated that he wanted to expand beyond the fashion world, he said they could make that be through combinations and accessions. Carter wanted to acquire other companies that fit with their luxury brand and do commodity on a grand scale. Hope smiled over Carter's enthusiastic pitch, while Ridge at least looked interested in hearing further about his Forrester prognostications. Steffy will do her stylish to pump the thickets soon enough, so stay tuned for further drama. Ridge Forrester will decide to give Carter Walton the bottom at an unsanctioned meeting. Carter has participated in overview of his vision for Forrester Creations, so Ridge will agree to hear the details since Carter is obviously relatively passionate about this. We know Carter wants to take the company to the coming position and become a major player beyond the fashion world. Carter thinks they can do that through combinations and accessions that align under one big luxury marquee, so he'll slip further about his pitch. Ridge seems intrigued by what Carter is proposing, but how will he reply once he hears all the gambles this requires? It could leave Ridge cautious of damaging everything they've formerly erected at Forrester Creations, but Carter will keep averring they've to take pitfalls to get prices. Brooke Logan should be all for Carter's plans since he's been so probative of Hope Logan and Hope for the unborn recently. Of course, Hope has formerly participated her belief in Carter's grand idea, so she'll voice her support, too. Still, Steffy Forrester will presumably act like this is the worst idea she's ever heard and contend that Carter isn't allowing this through. As far as Steffy's concerned, it'll be a huge mistake to throw so important plutocrat around and put Forrester Creations in similar fiscal jeopardy. Carter's proposition will spark some heated arguments in the boardroom, but he'll stand his ground every step of the way. There'll be some surprising alliances that come out of all this, but it sounds like it'll also beget another round of Logan-Forrester chaos. Steffy will inescapably strike back over Carter's vision and may use this occasion to question his judgment in front of everyone at the meeting. It's easy to imagine Steffy arguing that Carter doesn't have what it takes to be a reasonable susurrus presently and calling for his relief. Whatever the case, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Steffy won't have a positive response once she gets updates on Carter's news, so stick with us for further prognostications on any commercial disasters that might be brewing. A surprising new feud has surfaced at Forrester Creations. It feels a little simulated for Carter Walton to be going up against Steffy Forrester out of nowhere, but at least it's commodity different. Now that Steffy and Carter are being leveled against each other as business rivals, we've to take a near look at the conflict and figure out who to bed for. Are you Team Steffy or Team Carter? For starters, we should admit that Steffy is co-CEO, so she's Carter's master. You could clearly argue that Carter isn't esteeming that, especially since he went before Steffy's back to arrange the revived jewelry line pitch. We also see and ignore the fact that Carter's belief in hope for the future didn't be until he was trying to get Hope Logan in bed. This has come bigger than just Hope's line, but there's no denying that Carter wants to help Steffy's longtime adversary, and that's playing a part in this feud as well. Part of Carter may want to crop victorious over Steffy because of how she's hindered Hope. That said, there's some verity to Carter's claims that Steffy has let particular issues affect business opinions. Steffy was against Brooke Logan taking center stage on the Brooks Bedroom reboot, but she was wrong grounded on the successful figures. It's easy to see why Carter might push back in other situations where he thinks Forrester Creations can succeed, no matter what Steffy's history resentments are. It seems like Steffy could have at least looked at Ivy Forrester and Electra Forrester's designs before shutting the whole jewelry line down. Is Steffy really that busy that she couldn't tromp down to the salon and take a regard? Considering all the breaks Steffy takes to make out with John Finnegan, she surely could have set up the time. That doesn't mean Steffy had to authorize, but the fair thing to do would have been to check out the jewelry designs and also make the decision. On the other hand, perhaps Steffy felt the need to establish some boundaries and let Carter know it wasn't okay to ambush her. It could have been a power move designed to put Carter in his place, and perhaps Carter indeed deserves to be put in his place a bit then. Nethermost line, there are good reasons to support either side of this Forrester Creations contest, which is only going to toast up now that Carter's got another pitch on the horizon. Team Steffy or Team Carter? Which side do you suppose will come out on top? Thank you for watching this video. And do not forget to like, comment and subscribe.